Hey guys, what's up? Shin0525 here. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Really helps me out. But, we're back doing a how to draw video today. Today we're doing Rem from ReZero. I actually have no idea what this is. I've seen this character around before, like on the internet, but, have no idea who she is. Never seen ReZero. But this video was requested by, Toki. Thank you so much for the request. I hope you enjoy it. It's probably going to be a little bit of a longer one, mainly because we're drawing like a full figure, and those usually take a bit longer. So, yeah, anyway guys, without further ado, get your pencils ready and, let's jump in. Alright guys, let's jump into this. So, basically what we're going to start off with is a nice big circle. This is going to be her head, and again, keep it light, this is just a gesture drawing. Then we're going to have like a line of action that basically goes down here. And again, I'm not going to go too crazy into like the body detail for the gesture because mainly her dress kind of like obscures it a lot. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have an oval right under here. This is going to be like her rib cage. And then her shoulder will be about here and here. And then her body would be kind of like down here a little bit. And then she's going to have a nice big kind of like oval right here for where like her skirt is on the ground. And she's going to have like a leg here and a leg kind of here like this. So you just see like the top of her knees. And then she's going to have a hand about here. And then the hand's going to go down and kind of in like this. She's going to be a little bit lower. Right there, and then this arm is just going to go straight down to like here. So that's pretty much good for the gesture. We kind of have like a basic idea of what's going on. So I'm going to just jump into her face here. Alright, now for her face, you could draw in the crosshairs here if you want. It'd be something like this. She's kind of looking up and to the side a little bit. But once we got the crosshairs in, we can kind of draw in her head shape. So her head shape's going to start about here, and it's just going to kind of be a line going down like this. Kind of curves down, and then into this little like point for where her jaw is, and then just kind of curve up and over like this. So you get a shape that looks something like this. Again, hard to explain, but nice little curve for her cheek. There's her chin, and then it just goes up. And then her nose will be about right here under the crosshairs, and it's this nice, tiny little kind of, almost like a little L. And then for her mouth, it's kind of like this little V, so it's like this. And then it'll have a nice little curve line at the end of here. And if you want to, you can kind of erase kind of like somewhere in the middle about here, just put a little spot like that. And then we'll have her eye, which would be about here, and we only have to draw in one eye because her hair kind of covers this. And in fact, we'll actually gesture in the hair here. So her when we draw like anime hair like this, it kind of all has like an origin point. So hers is going to be about here. So like a little bit above her head, kind of like where this line goes. And there's going to be a kind of straight curve here, and it's going to go up. And then another curve kind of going in like this. Kind of going down a little bit over here, straighten out, go up. We'll see a little bit of her ear over here. And then from this origin point, we're going to go up. And then it's going to go out. Go here, kind of straighten out there, and then poof out a little bit here, kind of poof out a little bit. So it's pretty much good for the gesture for her hair, but before we do her hair, we're going to do her eye. So we're going to zoom in even just a little bit more, and we're going to draw on her eye, which her eye is actually not that bad. So what you're going to do is start about here and draw a nice little kind of curve line like this, and then it's going to curve down, so you get kind of like a little, almost like a V here. And then here we're going to get kind of like 3 spikes. We're going to get 1, 2, and then 3. And then it's going to go over, And then just kind of hug this spot. And then you could kind of shade this in as well. Like that. And then we could draw on her eye, which her eye is this nice big U shape. Like that. And then we get a little half circle right here for a light reflection. Kind of small little oval here that you could kind of shade in. And if you want to, you can draw a nice little curve line like this, and then shade all this in as well. There's her eye, and then we can draw in her eyelid, which is just a nice little curve line curving up like that, and a line going across. So you get kind of like a J, kind of looks like a J. And then her eyebrow, which is just two kind of parallel lines like that. So that's her her eye, and now that we got her eye in, we could draw on her hair. So again, we can follow this pretty closely. It's basically going to just be this nice curve line going down. It straightens out here and then goes into like a spike, and you get like kind of like a little separation right here with like a V. So you get like a V right there. And it goes up, kind of does it again. So we'll go a little bit lower, kind of go up, have like a spike go out here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to erase kind of the overlap just to make it clearer. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but something like this. Then we're going to get another her bang here, but before we do that, there's going to be kind of like an X. It's her hairpins, so it's just these two kind of like long rectangles like this going up. And then there'll just be a curved line curving in like that. And then we're going to start about here, draw a spike going down and up. And it's going to straighten out a little bit over here and curve up into her hair again, like that. And then we're going to get the ear here, which that's good. Alright, and now we could draw in, we're going to draw this side of her hair, and then we're going to draw this one second because the hand's going to kind of overlap it a little bit. So we're going to draw this side of her hair first, and it's basically this shape. It's going to go down. You kind of make it go off into a spike around there. Go off going to a spike here. Another one. And it's kind of taper off. Then we can get in her neck, which would be something like this. Two curved lines going down. But now we're going to draw in her hand and kind of like her arm, just because it's in front of everything. So we're going to start off with her hand, and we're going to keep it very, very simple. So her wrist is going to be about here. So this is going to be her wrist. And then her hand's going to be this shape that goes up, kind of curves down, and it's going to have like some thickness to it. And then go in like this. So it kind of looks like a mouse almost. And then her fingers are all going to go up and curve over like this. So this is going to be her pinky, and then she'll have another one, and then another one, and another one. So, but basically, I'm going to just slightly erase everything just so it's clear when I draw it in. So we're basically going to start, and here's a circle, kind of like the lines. The mouse, okay. So we're basically going to start with the pinky, and what we're going to do is draw a nice curved line like that, straight, and it's going to go down, and then here it's going to curve in, and then another one kind of curves in like that. So that's like the pinky, and it's going to curve, like bump out, kind of curve over, and then down at like an angle, so it goes down like that. Then the rest of the fingers are pretty much going to follow the pinky here. So we're going to get another 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those are her 4 fingers. And then it's going to curve down, kind of curve in into the wrist here like that. And she's going to have a thumb right about here, which is this curved line going up. And you get kind of like a little bit of a thumb shape like that. And if you want to, you can draw a little curved line right here for her knuckles. So that's her hand. And now what we could do is draw in her, kind of like her arm. So her arm's going to be about here like this. And we can start with a nice curved line underneath the wrist. Put some space in between this curved line and like the end of the wrist here. And just be a nice little curved line like this. It's gonna dip in a little bit, kind of go out, and it's gonna be a little bit foldy, and this is where her elbow is. And then we're gonna start here, kind of curve it in a little bit. Another one, and this is gonna be like a fold for like the maid uniform she's wearing, like that. And then from here to here, basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna get this kind of like, was it frilly ruffle type thing. It's basically just a bunch of these little bumps. So you just do like a bunch of U's like this, and then one more, and that's her hand. And now we could draw on the rest of her hair. So we're going to start about here. Draw a nice big curve line going down. It's actually going to pretty much follow the gesture that we had here. Put a little spike in here. Be a little more spikes here. I even included a nice little hair kind of going over her face from this side like this. So you get a nice little hook spike. So it's pretty much her face. Now we could go into her body, which her body actually isn't too bad. And actually make her neck thinner. Should be about there. So we're not gonna do much like gesturing here, just kind of jump into detail. But basically her bust is gonna be about here, so it's gonna be like here and here. So you get kind of like a shape that looks like, start about here, kind of go out, curve line like that. Then her shoulder, that'll be like, you have a little bit of her, like her neck muscle here, and then go into her shoulder, which would curve in, have a little bit of dip, and then just kind of be straight into like where the arm is, like that. And then get kind of like a little bit of a curve here. This line kind of curves out, a little bit of the shoulder right there. And yeah, so it's pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw in her maid uniform, kind of like around this kind of like little bust that we have. And basically what it's going to be is a curve line that curves around here, kind of straightens out a little bit, like that. And this is going to have a bunch of ruffle, frilly stuff. So basically this set of U's, little bumps. And then we're going to get kind of like a V here, and then it's going to go off into bumps here, like that. Same thing over here. And now we're going to get a little ribbon, so, or a bow. So you can just draw a little circle in the center there. I can zoom in a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get a kind of like a curve line like this, kind of straightens out and then curves in like that. And then kind of like another one hugging it very closely. Same thing on this side. And you're going to get two kind of curvy kind of rectangles going out here, like that. So that's our bow. And then we can draw in more kind of ruffles here. So this is going to be like her bust. And we're just going to get a curve line here, goes out, kind of curves in. And you get kind of like this U-y type shape, like that. It's going to curve down, kind of over, like that. Kind of erase some of the guidelines there. And you get a nice little curve line here, and another little one under it. Show the fabric folding. And a curve line there. And now that we got that down, what we can draw in is like where her shoulder is. You actually don't see it on this one this much. It just kind of pops out here, so you're going to get like two spikes right there like that. But over here we see it a lot more. And she even has even more frills that go here. So basically we're going to start like behind her hair here. Just draw a nice little curve line going over and curving in. And then on these edges you're going to draw the line curving in here and here. So on this edge, draw a line going down this one, like that. And then here you see what this shape is a lot better. Basically this arm sleeve thing she's wearing starts about here, and then it'll have like these white spikes going off, so it like almost looks like feathers almost going off here. So you can draw that in, just a couple of spikes. And then it's basically gonna kind of be a shape like this. It's going to curve in a little bit here, kind of go out, over, stop where like the hand is, curve over and in like that, and it'll go out a little bit more, and kind of curve up back into the arm here, and this arm will kind of curve in and over, just shows like folds in the fabric, go out, kind of go in like this. So again, it's hard to explain this shape, but it kind of looks something like that. So if you're just following along, you should be pretty good. So like that, curve it down. It's actually pretty solid. We're going to use this. And then here you can draw a nice little kind of like check mark shape. Here just show like the folds a little bit better. And then here we're going to get another set of frills. So again, kind of like the bumpy U shape. Like that. And then her hand over here is going to be something like this. We're not going to draw it in just yet. We're just going to kind of draw the gesture in for it. But it'd be something like this, so just keep that in mind. But now what we're going to do is we're going to draw in kind of like her skirt shape here. But we're going to start off with kind of like this section right here. So here, basically right under her bust, we're going to draw a line going down like this, kind of like in the center. And then it's going to go off, kind of round off, and then go into a spike here. And then curve up, like that. And it's going to go into another spike here. Actually, we can put a little bit of a curve in it. A little bit of a bump. And it's going to curve up and over like that. So I'll erase kind of this line. And now for some detail for it, we're going to get, again, little kind of like frilly lines here. And then we're just going to hug this kind of outside shape like this. And I'll go in like that. And then here, going down like the middle of her stomach, we're going to get these kind of X's. So you get one, and then you get another one. And then what you're going to do is close off these edges here, here, and here, here, and here. Like that. And you get a nice little curve line right here. And now once you got that done, we could draw in her kind of apron that she's wearing. So it's going to start about here. Should be a curve line curving up, down and over like this, and see a little bit of it over here too. And then just like everything else, it's going to have these little frills. So get used to drawing these kind of U shapes like that. And then same thing on this side, like that. And now we're actually almost done. Now we just need to draw in her kind of knee and the end of her skirt. So we're going to start about here and just draw kind of like a nice big curve line right here. And from this curve line, we're going to start out about here. So about like at the end of the hand. And we're just trying to draw a line curving up. Kind of wrapping around because like our knee is going to be here. So we're going to wrap around it, kind of dip down, go around and in, and then we're going to start a little bit before it and just draw another curve line just to show the fabric folding. Kind of erase that. And now we can draw in these frills. So again, giant U shapes. Like that. And then we'll draw in the knee here. So the knee is going to be right about here, and basically what you do is you just kind of draw this nice big curve line that curves over and then down like this, and it's going to straighten out a little bit right here, so you get like kind of like a dip in, but then it's going to go out again like that. And then you're going to start right here in the middle and just draw a nice little curve line curving in like that. So that's one knee. And then her second knee would be about here, which would be a nice curve line curving in like this. And then straighten out about here, curve in. Can have a little bit of a dip in before it goes in like that. And then here we're going to have the skirt kind of cover it a little bit, so it's going to end somewhere about there. So we can erase these, the excess. It's going to curve over and in. And then here it's going to curve out. Kind of dip back in here. Have another little fold here. Like that. And then just finish it off with the little U shapes at the edge there. And now last thing we need to do is her hand, and since her hand is kind of covered up by the skirt, we're going to keep it super simple. And basically what we're going to do is pretty much use this shape that we have here, this kind of like rectangle. And then we're going to draw a nice little curve line right here. And then basically what you do is just draw straight lines going down. And we'll only see 2 of them. Like that. If you want, you can draw a little curve line right here to show her, make her hand a little bit smaller than what it is. But I believe that's everything. That's how you draw Rem from ReZero. Now her I kept it kind of simple for the drawing video just to save time. I want to keep this in like 20 minutes around there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sketch that we just did up there. Here is a more inked version, a slightly cleaner one. So, yeah, honestly, she's kind of difficult. Again, full body pictures are kind of hard to do for the how to draw videos, but we're able to get it done. Again, I didn't know this character, so I just kind of Googled her and just kind of chose what. There we go, get the light more on it. There we go. So I just kind of found a picture of her off Google and just kind of redrew that. And I did kind of try to keep the details a little bit less, or make it a little bit less detailed, that's what I'm trying to say. Just kind of simplify, that's the word I was looking for. Simplify the design a little bit, just to make it easier for the how to draw video. There's a little bit more like detail in her uniform that I didn't include. But other than that, thank you again, Toki, for the request. If you guys have requests, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I take your name and what you requested, and then on Sunday when I make a drawing video, I just randomly pick one off the list. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just kind of what I feel like drawing that day. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.